Let's go to the headline, and of course, it was in Cincinnati. I've been humming WKRP theme song. I know it's a dated reference.
God is my witness. I did not know turkeys could fly.
Yes. All right. Well, Matt, let's take it with you. Cincinnati looking great. Portland, not so much. But it was really the regalia. It was all the great stuff that we saw from the march to the match, everything for Cincinnati.
Yeah, the march to the match was spectacular. I saw some screenshots on Twitter. It looked like it was about a mile long. This tifo is wonderful. Shout out to Gary the Lion. He's fabulous. And shout out to this FC Cincinnati team, because 2 weeks ago, after that loss to Seattle, we didn't think much of them. But they've come out the last 2 weeks against the two teams that were in MLS Cup last year. They've gotten 4 points, and they've done it by just being structured. They're not doing anything fancy. They're winning the ball in central midfield. They're being hard to break down in central defense, and then they're sending guys flying. And oh yeah, they're pretty good on set pieces too.
There's Kendall Wasson. 32,500 sold out Nippert Stadium, Charlie. And I mean, it's not just the way they did. Their defense held firm, and they get the 3 goals.
Well, they understand. All right, we don't need to be pretty. Let's just come together, have this game plan of, if we have a sound structure, a foundation, and defend first, counter, deadly on set pieces, we can get results. And that's what they've done. And now they have this support at home. They're going to be tough to play against regardless, but at home, they're going to use that crowd, that boost, that energy, and just feed off it.
Charlie, I liked your line there saying that they understand they can do it ugly. The trick is, it happens so often where teams win ugly and they say, oh, we know how to do this, and then they try and win pretty. But I'm not sure Cincinnati can win pretty. If they continue to play this style and accept who they are, they can get into the playoff bubble. I'm concerned that if they think that they can actually take a different step and try and play beautiful soccer, that's what will hit the bump. But if they keep doing this, as you said,
not a day for concern, though. Like what they did today, and granted, Portland were without Diego Chara, and we know that Portland without Diego Chara is not that. But the way Victor Ulloa and Bertone locked down that central midfield and were able to just win everything and send runners going the other direction. Because if you look at the structure of this team, it's 2 forwards. I know they call it like a 4-2-3-1, but it's really 2 forwards, both of whom can fly. And then they send the outside midfielders forward as well as soon as the ball is won. Again, nothing pretty about this, nothing complex about it. But once you get a defense backpedaling and you got guys who can make plays, you win some soccer games.
Not if you think they're a playoff team. I know it's just 3 games. No? No?
I'm not willing to.
Hey, never mind. We'll do this. Well, Weeby will do it because he'll be in here. He'll ask you that maybe by the end of April. We will see. Speaking of Weeby, he was in Cincinnati. It's the AT&T call to the field. He spoke to all the particulars.
Honestly, I think it's special for our club, and it's special obviously for the city of Cincinnati. But I think what's most gratifying is people outside of this market can see what soccer means to people in Cincinnati. It's an amazing movement that we have here, and obviously today was a very, very special day for many, many people.
When you see the tifo, the crowd, the way they supported you all day, I mean, you guys knew that this was here. What are the feelings like to have that support behind you?
There's a lot of pride. There's a lot of pride that we obviously work very, very hard to push this group every single week.
Man, it was special. I was the only guy, on the field side until Manu came in that had experienced this, but I had the chills, man, from the walkout until, until the game started. It was incredible, man. It was a few notches up from last year, and, we were able to bring them 3 points as well.
What were you guys doing? What is this celebration?
Honestly, Kendall just started doing something, so we all just started doing it. You have to ask him.
Well, to be honest, Cousin, he told me last night that if I score, I got to do that. I was like, really? That looks so funny. So I remember on the goal, so I just did it.
How was his impression? How was your dad's impression of what you did last night?
Say, very good.
Very good.
Very good. To get that goal, what does that mean to you personally?
Oh, huge, huge. I think that it's extra motivation to keep going, to keep working harder and harder, because there's many games to go, and we want to give all the supporters back all the support. So I think that this win is a great motivation for them as well for us.
Right.
Max, I'm willing to answer that question.
About the playoffs.
You put it out there, and you deserve an answer. And I will say this. We always make this mistake to forget how important structure and organization and good coaching can be. And you look at that roster and it doesn't overwhelm you with attacking talent, but they have pieces that fit together. They have pieces that can be lethal on set pieces. So I have no problem saying if they continue with this structure, this is a team that can make it into the playoffs.
All right. I would like to say this when you look, great day for Costa Ricans in Cincinnati. You don't get to say that all the time. But Matt, I think a guy, Fernando Adi, who was basically jettisoned by the Portland Timbers, was waiting to get the start of the season. There's signs all over the stadium with his face and his image. That's got to feel great for these players to have this kind of support. It's not going to go away.
No, the support's not going to go away. You saw, I think, the effect of that home field. It actually was a little bit reminiscent of what the Timbers have. It's about 30,000 people, and they kind of like very vertical and like right on top of the stadium, especially at the ends. That's a weapon. I'm not with Bobby yet. I don't see this team as a playoff team, but like.
I'm not saying I'm putting them in the playoffs. I'm saying if they continue to do this, they have what it takes. They have
kind of an
the
answer.
pieces.
I'm still not there yet. What I will say is, like, even when Fernando Adi went down, Darren Maddox came in, and Darren Maddox played good soccer, and he gave them a little bit of depth and a little bit of shot in the arm. And they're doing this without Garza at left back. I mean, he's only played a few minutes. Kenny Safe didn't even get off the bench today, and they had 3 goals. And we all think Kenny Safe is probably going to be a big part of this attack going forward. So. Look, everybody has questioned the way this team has been built, including me, through 3 games. I mean, it's point FC Cincinnati.
Feels a lot like Mrs. Doyle hedging his bets.
It's still a challenging stretch here, but if they can stay competitive through the summer, maybe they can make those adjustments to make sure they're in the postseason.
Maybe. I mean, they do have experience, which is huge in this league. So if they can continue to play this tough, spirited way of
2016 Rapids. It's the 2016 Rapids. It's get everybody behind the ball, and when you get a chance to kill them with pace, kill them with set pieces, counter. And by the way, Spencer Ritchie, who was supposed to be their second-string keeper, had a monster game today as well. So once you have all those things rolling, yeah, you could win some games. I'm not with Bobby yet. I'm not with Bobby yet.
He left it a little bit out there. Hey, we can talk about whether FC Cincinnati is going to make the playoffs all season long. What we can only talk about today was the magic that was happening at Nippert Stadium and throughout the Queen City, and Andrew Wiebe was there to soak it all in.
MLS has arrived in Cincinnati. By luck of the draw or maybe careful planning, it arrived on St. Patrick's Day. Forget green, the colors of the day were blue and orange. And in the end, the home team got all 3 points.
Here we are. Major League Soccer in the Queen City of Ohio. It's a type of day that gets written down in club history. 3 years in the making for many of these fans. FC Cincinnati hosting an MLS game for the first time against the defending Western Conference champion, Portland Timbers.
Together, and we're marching into that stadium for the first time as part of Major League Soccer together. It's about this city. It's about this community.
The question now, is Cincinnati ready to take that step tonight?
They have been ready for this moment here inside Nippert Stadium, their first ever home match in Major League Soccer. And how do you match that energy if you are a player on the field? If there is one game that you want to win in your history, this is the one, the home opener.
Game day in the Bailey, FC Cincinnati. What's it going to be like? There's nothing like it, man. Look at all these people here. This is our family. This is our family. This is our family. This is our church.
To defend for Portland, Bertone sending it in. Watson is there. First home goal in Cincinnati's MLS history.
This is one of the proudest moments of my soccer career. This is amazing. The atmosphere was electric the entire time. They got the performance that they deserve today.
Deflected ball, Alan Cruz back heel. 2-0. Maddox back in front, stabbed in by DePlan. 3-0 Cincinnati.
It's special for our club and it's special obviously for the city of Cincinnati, but I think what's most gratifying is people outside of this market can see what soccer means to people in Cincinnati.